Good morning and welcome to BJC Halacha A number 1574. Halacha A keeps the Yetzer Hara away. Today's halacha is in loving memory of Daniela Bas Tzvi, her Neshama Shem Aliyah. And we're going to be continuing with the halacha about what constitutes a public domain. I'd like to go back a little bit from yesterday because it's really continuation and we need to get the flow. So here we go. The law regarding the crevices in the wall that open to the public domain and do not extend through the wall to the private domain is as follows. If the crevices are a height of less than 3 tefachim above the ground, they are auxiliary to the public domain, and they're thus considered a public domain. We talked about that already, right? Less than 3 tefachim is automatically nullified to the ground. If they're above 3 tefachim from the ground, so we're going to see it depends. Once it's above 3 tefachim, it's not a public domain, but it depends on what it is. Is it a makam patur, exempt place? Is it a private domain, or is it a karmelis? Depends on other factors. Let's see. So again, if they're above 3 tefachim from the ground, their status is determined based on their interior dimensions as follows. If the surface area of the floor of the crevice is at least 4 tefachim by 4 tefachim, and it is less than 10 tefachim above the ground, so its height is less than 10 tefachim, then it's a karmelis. Okay? And if a crevice of this size is higher than 10 tefachim above the ground, it's a private domain. We already said 4 by 4 tefachim and 10 tefachim or higher makes a private domain. But if its surface area is less than 4 tefachim by 4 tefachim, it's an exempt area. It's a makam patur. Whether it is above 10 tefachim or below 10 tefachim, provided that it is at least 3 tefachim off the ground. So again, when it comes to the makam patur, it doesn't matter the height, but if the area is less than 4 by 4 tefachim and it's 3 tefachim above the ground, so then it's a makam patur, an exempt area. Alleyways that open onto the public domain are at times a public domain and are at times a karmelis. And this, i.e., their actual status, is dependent on numerous factors. There are those who say that any place that does not have 600,000 people passing through it each day, in the manner of the encampment of the Jews in the wilderness, is not a public domain, but rather a karmelis. Therefore, nowadays, where our streets do not have such traffic, with the exception of Manhattan, right, or Brooklyn maybe, we do not have a public domain, and that's why you can, yes, put an Erev up, right, and allow you to carry, because you can't carry in a public domain no matter what. Even if you try to put up an Erev, it won't work. But if the law is that this place is a karmelis, then you, yes, can put an Erev up, and then you can carry. That's the idea. So again, therefore, nowadays, where our streets do not have such traffic, with the exception of Manhattan, we do not have a public domain. Nevertheless, every God-fearing person should be stringent for himself. So that's why there are Hasidim who will never carry, even on Shabbos, no matter what. Okay, thanks for listening to Sponsor Yetzer Hara 36, 100 for the goal. See you tomorrow.